in this video. Marc Marquez unable to use his key strength on the new RC213V. Fabio Quartararo disappointed with the lack of improvements in his M1. And pre-season test will probably dictate Joan MIR's future with Suzuki. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. After 3 months of sitting at home away from the action, the 8-time world champion Marc Marquez got back on the Motogp bike at the Sepang pre-season test last weekend. Honda's 2022 RC213V is a revolution and is nothing like its predecessor. And while Pol Espargaro, Takaaki Nakagami and Marc Marquez had already tested the new prototype at Jerez, it was the first time Marc got to try the new bike. Finishing as the top Honda rider on both days, he is still trying to wrap his head around the character of the new bike. Speaking about the different RC213V, Marc said, "The bike is very different. So starting from this point, on my personal side, it's a long time riding in one style. It is true that the bike is better because I had last year's bike too, and immediately I understand that the speed or the lap time is easier to get with the new bike." Over the years, one of Marquez's biggest strengths has been his front end feeling and his ability to push the front end more than the others. But with the new bike, pushing the front end like he used to is causing him to crash. Explaining the different feeling from the front end of the bike, Marc said, "But there's a problem. Like always, one of the things I must learn and I need to understand is the front end feeling. That has changed a lot. At the moment with this new bike, pushing the front end to the limit, I need to sacrifice a bit. Today when I tried this, I lost the front. What do you think? With the new Honda character, will Marc Marquez still maintain his number one status at Honda, or will he start getting beaten by fellow Honda riders for the first time in his Premier Class career? Let's chat in the comments below." Back in November, the reigning world champion Fabio Quartararo issued a warning to Yamaha and left the post-season Jerez test very disappointed with the lack of horsepower from the Yamaha engine. Returning with high hopes, Quartararo was once again visibly disappointed after the 2 days of the Sepang pre-season test. Quartararo believes that Ducati were already ahead in the game at the end of last year, and over the winter break, Honda, Suzuki and especially Aprilia have taken big steps forward, while his M1 has almost nothing new. Speaking about getting back on the MotoGP bike after 3 months, Fabio started. "I have to improve my riding because after 3 months I didn't have enough speed in the corners and that is the strong point of our bike." But very quickly getting to the lack of improvements in the M1, Fabio continued. "Obviously I was hoping that the engine would have more power, but we can't just invent a new engine. I'm not happy compared to what I expected." When asked if he thinks there is enough time to somehow fix the lack of horsepower, Fabio said, "No, because the area where we really need to improve, there is nothing really planned. And even if we have a solution, we will not have time to test because it will not arrive for Mandalika. And I will not go out in Qatar with something I don't try and I'm not sure about." Further speaking about improvements in other bikes, Fabio continued, "Honda and Suzuki have taken a big step forward and I'm especially impressed by the improvements of the Aprilia. And I don't think we have taken such a step. We are far from it. But that doesn't mean we are not competitive. It just means that others have taken a much bigger step." And a very dejected Fabio Quartararo concluded by saying, "At the moment, there is nothing really different. If you don't have power, you have to adapt, as I've done in the past. And if we have to adapt, we will adapt." And the 2020 world champion Joan MIR, who's being very strongly linked with the Repsol Honda team for 2023, admitted that although at Suzuki he feels at home, but sometimes it is good to change. But that doesn't mean he has made up his mind to leave Suzuki. MIR is playing the patience game and says that the pre-season tests at Sepang and Mandalika will have a huge influence on his plans for 2023. Praising the work done by the Suzuki factory over the winter, MIR started. "Last year Suzuki realized they had not improved as much as their rivals. So over this winter, they doubled their efforts. I saw the difference when we got to Malaysia and there were much more new things to try." Getting to the topic of contracts, MIR continued, "A lot of people finished their contracts in 2022 and we are hoping to renew or to make a different decision for 2023. However, the tests are very important for me. They are very important to understand everything." MIR concluded by leaving things open-ended. He said, "As a Suzuki rider now, I feel great here. I feel like I'm at home. But it is true that a change is something that in some moments can also be good." If you made it till here, help me out. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Here are 2 more videos which you might enjoy. My name is Sankalp and I'll be back with another video very soon.